quick. Let's go talk about the Torino.
Alright, if you say so. Pretty good timing anyway. So it's the 70 Torino that we've been working on for a little while here. It's going to be the Pro Touring style, I guess, is what everybody's calling it now. So it's been a while since we've actually touched base with y'all about what we're doing. Oh, and welcome back, by the way. We've been a little lax on our videos because our cameraman's been playing school or hooky. So let me remove some of this off of here. We'll go over some of the stuff that we've been doing here lately, been working on. So I can't remember if we talked about the grill, but so Brandon's got the grill all made. So we had these pieces laser cut out, water jet cut I should say, and they're finger jointed. And then we made a fixture to hold everything to the right shape in width and angle as he tack welded everything on the backside. And then we cut it. So we've actually come up with a hideaway headlight design. The open and close headlights, we just don't have the room with everything that we've done. We've got the intercooler, the AC condenser, and this is the front of the car, and then we've got all the turbo plumbing on the backside, so we just didn't have room for it. So we've got all that done. This will be the size tire that's going to go on it, and we'll be doing some videos later this week with the wheels and tires because our open house is coming up this coming Saturday, and we're going to actually get the tires mounted on the rims that are going on the car and have it on the ground at ride height for display. But this is a 265 30/20, and we're running like a 9 or a 9.5 inch rim, and with careful calculation with Art Morrison and just the right amount of dimensions and stuff, we're going to have full turning radius on this car at ride height throughout its travel with this size tire and wheel on the front. And some of the stuff that I don't know how well you can get in here to see it, but so we have all of our AC stuff coming out through the side here, and I think we have some other pictures of it. We just made a cover here to help protect against rock chips and crud just building up on the AC hoses. We've got the inner fenders made with a little bubble in them for the tire clearance. You can take a look at the back side of those headlights if you can get in there. Yeah. So we've made all that. They have full adjustment, all adjustment on the headlights. So in the earlier video, we lowered this down. So one of the things the customer wanted was this big motor, Procharged, at that ride height that we came up with under the stock hood. So instead, he did not want to build the hood up or go to a Cal induction hood. And then by doing everything that we've done and careful planning and calculations, we were actually even able to drop the front of this down almost an inch to give even a much better aggressive look. Of course, we've got the hood latches all in here. This is just all kind of setting in place right at the moment. So you can get a better look at some of the inner fender structure that we've done here on it. And use the dimple. We've done a dimple die, and those will actually be a countersunk style washer that goes in there. We also are running power. Well, here, let me stop while we're on this side of the car. So the ECU, the bad thing about these Ford Coyote crate motors is the wiring harness for the ECU and the engine is only about 4.5 feet long, if that. So you're real limited as to how far away from everything you can mount the ECU. So we've actually mounted our ECU down here in this little box. It's basically a weatherproof box, but we also gave it some area for breathing on both sides. So that's mounted down in there, so it will get some fan air across it from the electric fans. And we have all of the AC plumbing hoses made. You can see those that we had custom built by Vintage Air here. We made a pattern and then we sent all them off, and Vintage Air custom makes those. The radiator hoses are all done now, upper and lower. We have all that stuff done. We have the panel that goes across here is fabricated and finished, but he has it off for right now, trying to get some stuff ready. Here it is. So this will be a panel that'll go on under the, it goes actually under the fender on both sides and sets up here, finishes off this for when the hood's open, but it allows air to come in to get into that even more airflow through both directions. So we have that, that's fabricated. And then, so around here on this other side, this thing's got power brakes, but we just didn't have room for it. You can just see all that. So we had to come up with a better idea. So our master cylinder and hydro boost unit are 90 degrees up under the dash inside the car. Right, we fabricated all that. And this is a service panel just so we can get in here, because this is actually now permanently part of the cowl. I think in one of the earlier videos, or maybe some of the pictures that are on our website, you can see that before this piece was welded on here. This panel will be removable easily. We're going to put a little notch right here. We've discussed that. So if we ever have to get in here to service anything, we just really have to pull the tire off and we can come into here. This is to save us from pulling the fender off. Now mind you, when this car is done and we have it ready to start driving, we will probably test drive this car without either one of the front fenders on it, just to verify that we have no leaks under pressure and everything functions correctly. All of our lines, brake lines and whatnot, are all stainless steel. These are the hydro boost lines down here that are stainless steel, and then they go into a high PTFE type flex hose. So you can get a good picture in here. I should have brought a light with us. I don't know if you can see down in there or not. So we have all that stuff done. This is the little cover that will go on here, held on with some little button head Allens, and we'll seal it with a gasket around it. So all that'll be done and finalized before the fender goes on permanently. And then we also got the dash. So this is a 70 Torino, but the 70 Torino dash just wasn't very nice looking compared to what the style of the car's going. So we ended up with a 68, 69 Torino dash. We've cut all the padding off. It was cracked and it was going to have to be reupholstered up to this molded area here. And then we'll end up filling this back in with our own high density foam and bodywork all that smooth. And then this will get covered in the leather, matching leather for the upholstery. We also have the seat brackets done. We're running a Sparco type seat in here. These will be adjustable, but not with a sliding track. We already have it calculated where it's comfortable for the owner of the car, but we do have some adjustment here that we can tilt it if we need to fine tune it. We have all that done on this car. We've got the roll cage pretty much finalized. It's all done. This roll cage was done to where we can build the car, assemble the car, and then the roll cage actually goes in units, so it's removable, if you want to call it that, but everything does tie 100% into the chassis. This was a factory, a unibody car, and then we got with Art Morrison and came up with some dimensions and some diagrams, and they actually built us a chassis based on our wheel and tire combination and engine combination to give us the ride height that we want and still have full suspension travel. And then throughout that, the customers decided, well, I may want to do a little autocross with the car. His two goals with the car, he wanted to be able to do some autocross as competitively as possible, and or drive this car comfortably across country with his wife and kids. So the roll cage is for the autocrossing and any performance driving he may choose to do. And then we'll actually fabricate and build a custom back seat in here. that will be capable of handling some car seats, but his daughter's getting a little bit bigger, so maybe by the time we get to that point, it'll just need a booster seat, but it will have the accessibility for all of that inside. We also have the cutout around the shifter. The access panel is removable. That's all done. If you want to come on around here, I'll open this door and you can see the bottom of the dash. So we've developed all of this, made these little insert panels, and I think these outlets that the customer wanted to go with are from Restomod Air, maybe, because they're very similar to the wheels that we have on the car that we're going with, and we're going with what are they? Forge line wheel. I can't remember the exact wheel profile design. We're going to be running the Dakota Digitals. We've got them mocked up in there. Vintage Air AC unit, controls, everything else but the outlets on the car will be Vintage Air. And then we have full access to everything. This is all, the dash is removable so that we can get, as we do it, we can get the cage in. We have this one little panel here on each corner of the dash. We'll slide down the cage as it goes in. You can see here we have a separation joint here and here. So this front half of the cage, the main hoop in this half of the cage are removable, and then the two rear bars that go into the rear section of the frame rail. So I know it doesn't look like a lot, but we've actually done it, all the little detail fabrication and work that goes along with all of this and the fit and finish. One of our other future plans on this car is we're not going to have any chrome on the outside. It will have it, but it's all going to be painted, blacked out. So we're not going to be running the little trim piece that goes over the drip rail. And they had a screwed on piece that would bolt on here and come down as the finish off. We're actually going to continue the metal down and feather it out into to nothing, fade away here, and then we'll do the same thing up here and continue this lip all the way down, and that'll all get body worked and painted body color. And so we've got all that done. The front spoiler, I don't know if we talked about that. You can see here's a good backside view of how it's going to mount. So we've handmade the front spoiler. It's solid, it's aluminum, it's a cavity type deal, two-piece deal. And then we've welded a mounting surface on it, and that'll all get bodywork and fit to the car. As solid as that is, you'll tear up something before you tear it off. We've got these inner fenders. You can see a better view here of the inner fenders on this side, and we're going to display this car at our open house with one fender on and one fender off, just so people can see the majority of the detail. So we have all that done. The Procharger tubing is done. This other tube, it goes, I don't even know if I can remember how it went in here now. So it goes up in here. It'll go under the radiator hose like so, come up, and then it'll straddle and go into that. And then we're using these Vibrant quick clamps, the Vibrant brand. We've had really good luck with them. They make some very high quality product. So that's kind of where we are on the Torino as of right now. And as we get further along, we'll stay caught up. Thank you. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and go to our channel. We come up with some new t-shirts. We have one over here. Brian, come here and turn around for us. So this is our new pinstripe design t-shirt. It's one of the Crawford designs that he did for us years ago. That we saved it and we've came up with that. So that's a new t-shirt design. They're $25 each. Give us a call if you would like one. Thank you. Have a good day.